having this yoga practice, you're really bringing in a lot of self-awareness, and you're diving deeper into emotions and the body and the nervous system and how the brain works. Learning all of this, it was just life-changing because it made me want to do better. Hi, my name is Natasha from Amazing Me Yoga. I am here with my cup of coffee today, just going to talk about why I do the things I do and why I feel passionately about it and what my journey has been. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. So, struggling a bit at the moment. I'm just getting over a bit of a cold, so you might hear that a little bit from me. And I'm not a perfect parent. I don't think anyone is a perfect parent, but I'm really diving deeper into conscious parenting because I think that with the family yoga and learning about all the emotions and everything, it really goes hand in hand because you can't teach a child about their emotions on the mat and then later tell them shut up and stop crying. Like, that doesn't work. So having a family yoga practice does spill out into your day in loads of other places. And one way that I notice it is when I'm getting overwhelmed. I never realized how much just noise and things just overstimulate me until I had kids. Maybe it didn't then, I don't know, but now I know if the washing machine is on and the kettle is boiling and maybe I have music on and then the kids start fighting, like, no, no, I just start shutting down and I'm like, I feel like I want to scream, smash a plate. I feel like my shoulders come up here and I'm just like, but I am aware of that. I know that happens. And so instead of screaming or smashing a plate or, losing it at the kids, I will be like, okay, all right, this is happening. That's interesting. Let's just either get rid of some of the noise or step out, take a breath. Sometimes I'll even ask the children, like, hey, I see you there. Would you mind just giving me a couple of minutes in the kitchen while you go and go away from me? No, go upstairs or go play Lego, something like that. Just instead of snapping, because it's not their fault. Kids argue, happens, right? And it's not it's in those situations not usually one that I have to intervene. It's just, those little ones, these little fights. And so having that awareness and not putting it all on your kids, like, they're certainly not helping with the fight, but it's not their fault. It's not their fault. It's just everything has become too much. So having that awareness is key. And, in other areas as well, when you can feel yourself about to explode and get so stressed out, because parenting is hard. It is. And it doesn't mean you don't love your kids. It doesn't mean, oh, you shouldn't have had them then. It was your choice to have them. Like, that's ridiculous. We are humans and we all have all these emotions going on, and there's only so much our nervous systems can handle, right? But we have to allow our children the same grace as well, because they're learning and they're not as far along developmentally as us either. So, like, we have to be so understanding of their emotions too, without writing it off and just dismissing it really. So that is a big thing that yoga has helped me with, becoming more of a conscious and mindful parent, and yeah, looking inward at how I'm showing up and how I'm reacting to them, and that's a big thing. That is a huge thing, because with everything that we have learned through science and just everything, right? This mentality that was in, like, I don't know, the 50s, of, you know, children should be seen and not heard, that kind of thing, that still exists so much. And that can be really hard, because then, especially if you're out in public and your kids are acting like kids, you're like, oh, everyone's judging me, everyone's watching me, I should be able to control them better, and like all this nonsense comes up. So it's really good to find other people that are like-minded and are not judgmental, and are also just showing up, doing their best, trying to raise emotionally intelligent children, and just, yeah, supporting their well-being, while also checking in with ourselves and trying to be mindful of ourselves and our self-care practices and everything else. So that is why I do what I do, because it's something I live every day as a single parent, just navigating everything that parenthood kind of throws at you and life throws at you, and just trying to get through all of that. And the pandemic then as well, that on top of everything, just so much, right? So just trying to get through all of that while just lovingly showing up for our kids. It's that simple. Like, I just want to be the best parent I can to them, and I strongly believe the way that I do things is a good way to go. It's not the only way to go, but we like it. The family yoga practices that we do little bits each day, but then usually one bigger practice on the weekend. But that just kind of keeps it going, keeps us checking in. And these little 5 minutes here, there, each evening or in the afternoon, whenever we need them, that helps a lot too, as well as my own personal practices, of course. But it all comes together, right? So that is what I want to share a bit of. I want to share a little bit of how we do things and why we do them, because I do think that it will help someone out there who's struggling, who's maybe shouting at the kids and then feeling bad about it, or having the kids shout at them and then just not knowing what to do with that. Like, oh, my kid is hitting, what can I do? Because if we did that when we were younger, it would be, you get hit back or hit them back, or go to your room, stay there. You know, there was a lot of punishment. So trying to break away from that, it can be hard when maybe that's all we know works, but maybe there are other ways. I always found it really hard. I even said, so when I was pregnant, I always said, like, I can't do the discipline. And I said to, their dad, I was like, you're going to have to do all the discipline because I just won't be able to. And now I know why that was, and I think yoga really helps me with that, because I didn't really believe in those methods. I don't think they're the best way, not for me. And maybe they work for someone else, whatever. I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into the whole judgment thing, but I know for us, that was not the way to go. I I tried it. I tried the naughty step, and it didn't work because I didn't stick to it, for one, because I didn't believe in it. And I think whatever parenting style you have to believe in it. You have to believe that it's for the best and that you're doing the right thing. And I think that is the most important thing, to just believe that what you're doing is going to be helping your children to become the best adults that they can. I didn't drink much of this coffee, did I? You get used to cold coffee. So yeah, that's just my kind of thoughts on things. If you have any thoughts about family yoga, conscious parenting, and raising emotionally intelligent children, then let me know in the comments. Let me hear your thoughts on things, and yeah, I'll check in again soon.